Good morning. Checking all my audio. We're up. We're up. Good morning. Cup of glow to you. I hope that you are getting ready for your day and that you're ready for a little bit of glow as I'm gathering my conversation here underneath me. Ah, the fire. The fires are getting to me. My voice is really having a hard time. It's affecting my lungs. It's affecting everything. So if it's affecting me, I'm sure it's affecting you. So please take care of yourself. Please, please, please take care of yourself. It's kind of good to have something in the morning to kind of break that up for us. That nice warm tea or Joe or whatever, how you go. Okay, August is almost here. I was watching the schools and the kids scampering around. Some have started, some are getting ready to start. This is a time of year I used to just dread. Oh my goodness, my kids were getting ready for school. It was such a, it was a love-hate relationship. I was so excited that they were going to be busy and back on track and get it back into a routine. And the other side of me was, it costs so much to get kids back into school, and it I think about the peer pressure and everything, the challenges that every child goes through, and I probably go through a little bit of my past as well. It's hard growing up. It's hard being a kid, but I think that in this day and age, kids, it's harder and it's better. They struggle with different things. They have more access to things, but they have more voice. The exciting part for me is that they have more voice. And I hear kids today saying things that I wish that I could have said, standing up for that which I wish I could have stood for. Having a voice. This is a great day. Anyway, school. School is on. Now, it's a good time for us to take on some kind of an educational learning. It's great to have markers, the beginning of school. August is the time for me that always is a time to start learning something. And maybe together we can start learning something new, something enlightening. Of course, that's my path these days, my spiritual path, and I've done all the other stuff in life. Although I must say, my whole life has been about me loving and honoring the divine, my God and my maker, and that for me has always been first and foremost. But the different activities in life, step up, school, then graduating, and then figuring out what you want to be. Then I was a minister for my religion for a couple of years, and then I did a little bit of work in the care nanny cleaning field, not knowing, trying to figure where I belonged. Then I got married and had a family. That was challenging. That's when I began my world of learning about mental illness, because I had some challenges in my family with imbalances, and that took me down a whole different path that I never thought I would have learned or studied, which was good, because each challenge as they showed up showed me a different something new that I would not have anticipated. Then I went through my divorce and had my near-death experience, which from that point, that's when I began my real shift in my path of how I approach the world. That experience was the deciding factor for me, which led me on a path of to be forever changed, living what I learned, but also sharing it. And I guess that's why I'm here today. So my kids are grown. They're all fighting for their right and piece of the pie, for them to be able to be strong and getting in there. And I'm at that place where, I have to figure out what my purpose is again. And that's a hard thing to do. Maybe some of you are in that same position. But while I'm in this space, this is part of me bringing the information that I received when I had my near-death experience, is sharing love. So that my interest right now, as best as I can define it, is to bring and shed light and share love. First to my divine, to my God, then to myself, helping myself to become a being of love and light. And then after my cup is full, to fill your cup, to share with others, to help others. And that is the power of three. The three most important purposes of life is to love your maker, love yourself, and then turn around and spread that and care for others. And that's my journey, I guess, for right now, at least as far as I know. Okay? So let's love each other today. Let me share some light with you. I think every time I drink, you get to hear me swallow. The mic is right here on my throat. I do apologize. Colette Baron Reid. We're going to talk with her today. Hidden Wisdom, the realm of wisdom of the hidden realm. I love Colette's deck. We've talked about it before. But I love how she teaches in her deck. And of course, if you study oracle cards, you'll find that there are lots of significant meanings of a card. In a card, you'll have a picture. You'll have a title. You'll have a number. You'll have a caption. You may have a symbol. There are so many things. If you chose to just look at one of those things and focus on that, your message could be all right there. I try to use all of them when I'm doing readings, but she, as a teacher, a spiritual teacher, has chosen to make a couple of her decks, decks where they have your ally and your challenger. So depending on if the card is upright or upside down, if it's upright, it's an ally. You read the friend message. If it's upside down, you read the challenger message. And she provides a different way of viewing a situation. So when I choose her cards, I'm feeling like it's a day for me to learn something or to be able to take a different perspective from someone that I trust and admire. And Colette Baron Reid is one of those people. Her decks are beautiful. Her information is I feel very inspired. So today I've chosen her deck. And interesting, oh my goodness gracious, I just noticed this. The number is 15. So today it falls upon the 15th of August. Beautiful. It was upside down. So I read the message of the challenger. Now, first, let's look at the beautiful picture. I think this is such a lovely picture. This beautiful young girl is standing there holding two balls of light. Or, you know, I'd like to have people look at the picture and think, look at that picture and tell me what stands out to you. What do you see? What does that hold for you? Well, she's definitely looking up. She feels very pure and beautiful and light and simple. And in her hands, she's holding light, or light is touching her. Now, one of the things that I teach people about is their chakras, their energy centers. And we do indeed have hundreds, if not thousands, of chakras that are conductors of energy and light in our bodies. But in her hands, either she's receiving, okay, or she is emitting energy and light from her chakras. I'm going to let you decide what you want that to be. The card's name is the Queen of Light, and the little tagline underneath is illumination, enlightenment, and celebration. So, there's some things to think about. Now, I want you to think about your day. What's ahead of you? What will you be facing today? And how can this message assist you that we're going to read? Now, being that the card was upside down, I am going to read, if I can find my book, I set it down again. I'm always moving and shaking. The Challenger message. Okay, here we go. The Queen of Light challenges you to shine your light and not give in to fear. So perhaps, she's holding these cups of light, these balls of light in her hands. She's being directed to shine her light, to let it out, and not give in to fear. Are you hiding yourself for fear or rejection? Fear of rejection? That's kind of my story, my whole life story, as I have come to this place of knowing and seeing and understanding why or why not, or, what has stopped my growth and development. It's always been me, of course, but what about me stops my growth and development? Fear. Fear is the very beast, the very dragon that is under my bed. Are you hiding yourself for fear of rejection? Are you afraid of success? Are you as afraid of success as you are of failure? Now, that's an interesting thought. Are you afraid of success? Have you ever thought of that? We often think, oh, if I were this, what would I do? If I would like to be this, I would like to be that. But would we really? How would we handle that? How would we deal with that? There's things that go with every position. There are things that go with being a leader. There are things that go with being a follower. Whatever it is that you are, there are circumstances that go with that. So, are you as afraid of success as you are of failure? The light of the divine shining within you is the power that expresses through you. This is not your ego. This is different. This is the authentic place of self-expression. A lot of us are afraid of ego. We're afraid of taking care of ourselves. We're afraid of, we're kind of taught to play it small so that our ego doesn't take over and that we don't end up having the thing be our God instead of following our heart. So here it's telling us that this divine light shining through us, this is not your ego. It is an authentic place of self-expression. What a beautiful thought. That which you have to project is an authentic place of self-expression. The Queen of Light also challenges you to look at how you're affected by glitter. Are you afraid to shine? Are you afraid of money? Are you afraid if somebody were to notice you? What would you do? If you were in the limelight, how would you respond? So let me read that again. The Queen of Light also challenges you to look at how you're affected by glitter, glamour, and the superficial dreams of society. Are you mesmerized by false power? I think a lot of us can become that. And that right there is ego, okay? Being mesmerized by false power is ego. Being able to throw around your power is not the true love and light and authenticness that this is talking about. Not at all. The material world is fleeting. Nothing lasts forever. Make sure your intentions come from deep within you. And don't base them on just money or power or what you think love will do for you. Ask instead, what can you offer? What you can give. I know that so many times we'll ask ourselves the question, well, what is it? What is in this for me? You know, what is my bottom line? What is the value? What is the cash value of this endeavor? And you know, there's some aspects of that are valid. We need to consider, does this let's say we're talking about a job, does this job meet my material needs? Because certainly we're not going to take a job that does not, because then we might have to take two jobs, which might take more of our time. Sometimes that's the deal. Sometimes that's what is, asked or required according to the different times. But what this is saying here is, do we ever ask, what can we bring to the situation? What is it that I can offer the people, the business, the community in this area? What can I give? What can I give back? As adults, we are in the time of our lives where we're not takers anymore. If we are, I'm sorry for you. That's not a good thing. It's not a good place to be. Now, when you're young and you're a child, we learn to take from the get-go. That's a survival mechanism. But after a certain point, we need to get out of that. There are two kinds of people. There are either consumers, who are constantly consumers, or there are givers. And those who are givers give back. They give who they are freely. They give who they are. What happens when you do that is there becomes this boomerang effect. If you're giving with love, if you're giving with good intention, if you're giving out without any expectation of receiving back, that's giving with fullness. You get there's this circle effect that's created. It's perpetuates the whole string of receiving right back. We need, I don't like to say we need to do anything, because we don't need to do anything. It benefits us if we do and choose certain things. Some things stifle us, but it would behoove us, it would be to our benefit to be givers and not consumers. consumers are, I think of someone in a buffet who is just going to a buffet for the fact to get as much for their money as they possibly can. Now, I there's been a time and a place in my life where I thought, if I'm putting that much money out, I want to be able to get as much as I can back. In truth, your body can only hold so much, right? You can only eat so much in one setting. And if you overdo it, if you overfill the body, then you become a slave to your body for the next little while because it is in pain. It is trying to process and digest all that stuff that you have shoved inside. You have consumed way too much. So we need to learn our boundaries. We need to learn how much to take in. We need to, when I'm going to say, this is one of the things that, a saying that I was raised with. Eat to live. Don't live to eat, but eat to live. So don't, when we're consuming, it kind of needs to be the same thing. We're receiving to survive, but we're not, our goal is not to just hoard. And if we have been hoarders of all the information that we have and things, it is time to release and let go. And to let go and to give of that light. Make sure that your intentions come from deep within you and you don't base them just on money or power or what you think love will do for you. What do you think this job is going to do for you? What do you think this person is going to do for you? Ask instead what you can offer, what you can give. That's what it's about. Today, your challenge is that very thing. What can you offer this day? What can you give to this day? Not what can it give to you. True wealth resides within peace, harmony, and a sense of purpose. Boy, if that's not the truth, a sense of purpose is the most wealthy, fulfilled place and space of being ever. Remember that light isn't garish and cold, nor is it manufactured. It's warm and brilliant and natural. Give up the attachment to the outer goal. And if it isn't meant to be yours, or if it's meant to be yours, it will surely come. If something is meant to be yours, it will come to you. As you are actively doing your part, as you are actively loving, caring, giving, being selfless, to the point that you're not overgiving. Okay, whenever I speak of these things, remember always that we're from a place of fullness. We filled our cup. We have filled our cup with all of our needs, all of our necessities, things first that we need to survive in all of our houses, in our physical house, our mental house, our spiritual house, and our emotional house. We are full and we are ready to give back. When those places are full, then it's time to give back. Now, what if those places are not always full? And what if they're a lot empty? Whatever, say here's your cup, and say here's your limit of where you're at. Well, that means you have that much, whatever it is. Say that much love to you've in your emotional cup. You have this much love, there's this much cup. That means you have this much. Let's take half of that. You have that much to give because you're right here. That means you do have something to give. At whatever place you're at, you have that much that you can give back. That is when your cup will grow. That is what fills the cup because you create this perpetual give, receive, universal law. It's set up that way. And so we fear so much to letting go, to sharing that which we have. But I dare you to let go a little bit and see if you cannot be a witness to the receiving back. It is quite astounding. Anybody that knows me knows that my car is full of shiz. It is full. I literally work out of my car. I sometimes live out of my car. I travel a lot. And I have everything in there that I need to function and more, dot, 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 and more. And it has been my goal to empty that car so I can carry some people around with me. I mean, how lovely would that be to have a passenger in the seat next to me instead of my business? But there have been times when that darn law that when you give, you receive back. Um, it has been my goal many, many times to empty that vehicle, to take out what is not needed. Yeah, it is my workspace, so I can have an organized section, but I'll fill it up with things that I intend to give. And I'm telling you, no sooner do I give those things away than somebody is not saying, hey, I've got something for you, and filling up my space with more than what it was before. This is a beautiful divine law. We needn't fear not having it, that fear alone is the thing that will keep you from the universe giving back to you. So here's our message for the day, friends, is that the Queen of Light is asking us to give away that which we have. Not overgive, but share. Share your light, and to not search for to be building your cup and your soul and yourself with authentic light, with authentic love, then there is plenty to go around. Um, don't fear. If we fear money and we think that it is an evil thing, then you probably will never have any. If you recognize that money can be a tool, it's only an energy. What do you attach? What meaning do you attach to that energy? With it, can you do more things? With money, can you do more good? Can you pay your bills? Can you create that new invention that you want to share with the world? Can you help that person who is in a bad place? Can you create that resort where that institute of learning that you have a desire about creating so that others can be filled with light? Attach a beautiful meaning and energy to increase, to money, and then watch it explode, because when you become in alignment and when you get on board with the energy of love and increase and the giving that is the eternal give, you will flourish. Obviously, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm not afraid to say that. But I have plenty, and I always have had enough. I've had enough to survive. It's my desire that I have more than survival. I want to be able to give back. Therefore, I need more. I need more of that beautiful energy so that I can give it back out. So let's create our intentions and our desires and give some good definitions to value, to money, to success. And if we can get them going in the direction of light, I'm telling you, the lights are going to go on. Things are going to get bright. It will be wonderful. So that's the message today. Um, if you ever have a chance to grab one of Colette Baron Reid's oracle decks, fantastic, wonderful words of wisdom. They'll brighten your day. I think that's a really great message today that falls on the 15th. The Queen of Light, illumination, enlightenment, and celebration. Let's turn it so that let's not be upside down in how we feel about money. Let's turn it upright so that we're working with it and it's working with us. What can we give today? That's our challenge. What can you give to this day? Hope you have a great day. And, leave a comment, like, share, leave a comment. Let's have a conversation. If you are interested in a personal reading and you need some personal insight in your situation or life, you'll find that information on my Facebook page under About Me. And give me a call. I'd love to sit and visit with you and give you some direction. Thanks so much for taking the time every morning to be with me and have a conversation and start the day out with some light and some glow. Happy day to you.